Hey there, Felix Spring Tarot here. So, there has been a lot going on in the news, and I've been oscillating between in the news regarding this person, Kanye West or Ye, and I've been oscillating as to whether to do this reading or not. So, firstly, I would do the reading and then not do the reading, do the reading and then not do the reading. The reason why I haven't done a reading for Kanye until now, I'm very late, is because anytime I sit to do a reading and I try to tune into his energy, it's a lot. And his energy, for me intuitively picking up, it's a lot. It's someone just being very destabilized and being in a very low vibration. And tuning into his energy was impacting me so much that I would go through ruminations about stuff in my own life. His energy was just weird. Oh, at least when I'm picking up on it, it's something unusual. That's all I could say. So I've stayed away from doing this reading. However, I thought, let me not keep on going back and forth. It's either I do it or I don't do it and draw a line. So I thought, let me attempt to do this reading. Then I could put it out there. I could draw a line underneath it and then move forward. Also, I've been doing a number of private readings, and a number of you have been asking for this. So that's why I'm doing it as well. So this is also a subscriber's request. Well, a number of subscribers have requested this, so it's their request. Now, I want to say as well, first and foremost, before we get into this reading, is that I want to talk about the ethos and the values of this channel. And by the way, there'll be timestamps down below, so you could jump to the timestamps. One of the ethos of this channel of Phoenix Spring Tarot is that we are a place of freedom of speech, religion, diversity of ideas, but we do it from a place of tolerance. We do it from a place of upliftment. We do it from a place of understanding and a place of respect, right? Anytime I'm doing readings on celebrities, I always do it from a perspective of not to be gossipy and that sort of thing, but from a space of what could we learn from their experiences to enrich our lives, right? So I say that to say is that never would we do readings from a place, and what we do not tolerate either is any speech or any thoughts or any vibrations that come from a low vibration place of hate, a low vibration place of jealousy, anger, or ignorance, based on someone's creed, based on someone's race, based on someone's spiritual or religious leanings, based on their culture. Okay, I want to get that out of the way first. So if I see any comments, depending if I want to have comments and so on, that are around that, not only would the comment be deleted, but you would be reported as well, because moving forward, I'm just not here for it and I'm not tolerating it. Okay. So in this, my past Kanye and Kim readings are linked below. But first with this, let's just dive right in. There's just been so much going on. I'll just dive right into what Kanye's current energies are. First of all, what's the current energy around him? What's the current vibe around him? And a lot of these briefings and these statements that he's been making, was that an intentional strategic move on his part, or was it part of a manic episode? We'll look at that. Then we look at, could Kanye come back from this? Then we look at, what do the Kardashians think? And then very lastly, we look at the impact on the culture, and I'll go into spiritual narcissism if we have time. His current energy, Magician. And then we have the Fool under the deck. Two major arcana cards off the deck. Okay. You guys saw me shuffle on camera, right? You know what this is telling me? This is someone who, even though this has gone down, he still feels that he can make a comeback from this. He still feels that he can make a comeback from this. With the Fool and the Magician. He still feels he can. He still feels he can. Also, what the energy that I'm pulling through here as well is that him coming out and making a number of these statements, he didn't, with the Fool energy, he did not, him coming out making these controversial statements and that sort of thing, for him was all, he was doing it for show. It was part of a strategy. When you have the Magician card like this, in this context, it was part of him drumming up publicity, you know, where you try to be edgy, you try to cause conversation, you're poking at people, you're poking the bear, right, in order to bring attention to him. What I'm intuitively being told as well is that in addition to his fashion line, he had a number off the back of his fashion line. He also had a number of other ventures that were in the pipeline that needed to come through. Right, so it was a matter of drumming up a lot of publicity, all eyes on him, everything else. That was his strategy. But with the Fool card we see here, and the Fool is also a new beginning, so he had a new set of like business related stuff to come through. I wouldn't be surprised if there was even an album or some tracks that he would have wanted to drop also. Right, all of that was going on. But he went too far. Like, he literally walked off the cliff with this one. So him putting out those, so many times you're watching these statements and you're just thinking, oh, what I'm being told is, and this is the point, and I won't labor it, is that a lot of these things that he put out, they were intentional. Believe it or not, they were intentional. Yeah. We have the Emperor and we have the Seven of Pentacles. So with the Fool card, I think he did not, this is someone not, he underestimated again the impact his statements would make, and it didn't have, with the Seven of Pentacles, the outcome, of course, he expected it to have. I am being there, this is alleged until proven fact, that in public it's been stated that a number of his deals have been pulled. In public it's stated that. However, there are still deals that are happening in the background that have been shelved until later on. So a number of people are saying, this deal has been pulled, that deal has been pulled. I'm picking up some deals have. That is very true. Some deals have been pulled. But I'm picking up that a number of other deals, it's not a matter that they haven't been pulled, they've just been put on the back burner. Simply because if they cancelled those deals, it would make some of those companies would just lose too much money. They wouldn't be viable. So instead of pulling the deal, they've put it on the back burner instead. Okay, also at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. Off the back of all of this, he is going to, there's a rebranding exercise that's going on. Anyway, what else could we say? What is the current energy around Kanye? What is the current energies around Kanye? What else could you tell us about the current energies around Kanye? What else could you tell us about the current energies around Kanye? Do you know, none of these, I don't really see any remorse in these cards. I don't see any remorse in these cards at all. I don't see any wanting to apologize. I don't see any regret. I see someone who views this as a game. Basically, I think for him it's just a strategy and a game, and I'm seeing that specifically with the Two of Wands. He's just like, okay, we've gone through a new chapter, I'm just going to watch the world and I'm just going to bide my time and then come out again. But I feel with the Judgment card and people rising up, he did not expect, or he did not see, he did not expect people to rise up against him with the Judgment the way that they have. There is something else. There's another energy with that Judgment card, but I just want to confirm with another card before I go into the energy that I'm seeing. So what else is the current energy around Kanye? What else is the current energy around him? What else is the current energy around Kanye? That's that. I keep on saying this. Guys, we are sitting here and we are looking at Kanye and we are saying, oh my gosh, all your money is gone. Oh my gosh, he's lost $1 billion. He's lost $2 billion in this space of time and this, that, and the other. But I don't see any energy that, I mean, it's an inconvenience. With the Seven of Pentacles talks about being stuck on something being an inconvenience. But besides that, here's the Chariot. This isn't slowing him down or stopping him at all. I'm intuitively being told that underground he has... Hang on. He feels he's won. That's his energy. He feels that he has people where he wants them. Be it delusional. If he felt some sort of remorse, number one, or if there was some mental instability with him, or if he was delusional in some way, or if he had an episode in some way, if all of that was going on, then we would have seen an 8 of Swords, we would have seen a Devil card, we would have seen a Tower, we would have seen all 5s on the board, you know, with people fighting and that sort of thing. But you haven't seen that here whatsoever. This is the first time we've seen a 5 of Swords, and this is about a difference of ideas. And when it's coming by the High Priestess, it's spiritual ideas specifically. But what this is saying here is that this is almost, when you see the Chariot, the 5 of Swords and the High Priestess come through like this is Kanye doubling down on his ideas almost. Like he's like, I said what I said. You guys can't take it. La, 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 la. Like that's, you remember the Piers Morgan interview where he's like, boy, la, 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 la. Remember when he was doing that? That's his general vibe. That's his current energy, right? He may have to he is more than willing with the 7 of Wands to defend his position. So he is defending his anti-Semitism. He is defending his slavery as a choice. He is defending that, he's defending all that stuff. All that stuff. He's defending it. Like that's his current position. His current position was, I said what I said. I believe I'm right. This is what's going on. It's a matter of people not waking up. I am so glad that I put that disclaimer at the beginning of this video, because this is why I didn't want to do this reading, because I knew, remember I said at the very beginning that anytime I'm going into his energy, I'm just picking up fuckeries. This is what I'm talking about. With him, it's just fuckeries. Anyway, let's go on. So this is one of the questions that we had at the beginning. Was his move, all of this, intentional, or was he having a manic episode? As you can see here, there is no manic episode. He was not having a manic episode. Everything he was saying was intentional. And he is 10 toes deep into what he said. And this is part of narcissism again, because from his perspective, he is trending. You know, everything is about the trend, right? Everything is about being in control, rule, what he is looking at and the way he is seeing it is his ability to control conversation. This is him here. This is how he views himself, right? This is how he views himself. It's his ability to control things, his ability to control the masses. Dare I even say that this for him must have been some little strategy or social experiment that he was playing, because that's what the cards are given. This is crazy. This is why I didn't want to, I said this before, I just didn't want to do this reading. I don't want to be in this energy. Okay, we have the Hangman. Interesting. Oh my gosh, we have the Hangman reversed next to the Chariot. You know what this is saying? Like, this is confirming what I was saying about someone doubling down on their energy, number one. Number two, if, like, people may think, and the authorities that be, because we have the Emperor, Judgment, and the Hierophant all in a row, they may think that they may have silenced someone. They haven't. They haven't silenced. They, in fact, what the actions of cancelling him on such a mass scale has done, it's almost as if, hang on, this is what I was, remember I said earlier that there was a point on this Judgment card that I didn't want to make until I got more cards. This is the card I wanted to make when I saw this Judgment. Many times when people make statements the way he's been making, it's almost as if there's a dog whistle going on. There's a dog whistle, and a dog whistle means the rest of us could say the speech is crazy. The rest of us could say it's hate speech. We don't tolerate it. We don't stand behind it. We don't whatever. But there's a certain group of people who would pick up on that speech. And it sort of energizes and it mobilizes them. And despite all, it's as if that's what the cancellation has done. It's played into those people's hands, unfortunately and allegedly. Do not shoot the messenger. This is why I didn't want to do a reading on this guy. I've never done a reading solely on Kanye. I've always ensured that it's been with other people because I don't like it. I've never liked getting stuck in his energy. Okay, what else about this current situation? Yeah, he views himself as a martyr. That's another element of his energy as well. He also views himself as a martyr, and that he's dying for the culture. You know what? Let's just see what else. Okay, right, cool. Okay, so this we are coming into Kim and the children. Okay, cool. This is Kim. So this is where we're going into what do the Kardashians think about this. This is Kim here. This is someone who look, Kim is concerned about her reputation and her coin, right? That is what I'm picking up on. Reputation, her coin, and to be fair, about her children as well. About her children. That's what she is concerned about, and she's concerned about protecting them at all cost. I'm also picking up that she has been quite busy in the background as well, doing damage control. I'm picking up on that. And of course her household and the Kardashian brand, like that's been their concern. Similar, and interestingly enough, I do have here that they are working in the background. They are speaking to Kanye and trying to work and trying to see how they could smooth this over and do damage control. I am seeing that. I am seeing that. They're looking at various options that they have at their disposal to do damage control. So I do see them helping him in the background. Okay, what else? What else do the Kardashians feel about this? What do the Kardashians feel about this situation? What do the Kardashians feel? Kim is single for sure. So this is something that I picked up on one of my other readings. Like many times, many of you were saying that, oh, she's going to go back to Kanye. She's going to this, she's going to that. Absolutely not. She does not have any need to go back to Kanye and any of that situation. No. She's actually enjoying her freedom. Do you guys see that? She's enjoying her freedom. She has created and carved out her own persona. And even though she's helping her ex-husband, she feels, anyway, let me pull one more card before I say this next point. Could you confirm that point you're intuitively telling me? Confirm the point. Confirm that point you're intuitively telling me before I say it, unconfirmed. Yeah, this card wanted to come through before. This is how she views it. It's almost as if secretly, please don't shoot the messenger, this is alleged, secretly she's appreciative that this situation has happened. Simply because it enables her to create, in terms of the way people view her, in terms of her brand, etc., she can create more distance between herself and Kanye, number one. And number two, she could do her own thing. Number three, she's appreciative for this twist of faith because Kanye does need, like, she's offering support to him. And I'm being intuitively told that it's come at a time where her brand has been under attack. So she's appreciative for the distraction. That's just what I'm being told about this. Okay, so what do the Kardashians think about this situation? I may need to go and get another deck. What else do the Kardashians think about this situation? Yeah, that's what I've said. They're working with him. They are working and putting together a strategy to help smooth this over. Three of Pentacles, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. They're working, they will come out and say, yep, anti-Semitism, blah, 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 blah. But this is it. Look at that. They are, because my guides are directing me to certain images to pull out the messages. They are like, this situation is welcomed for them because in a way, it will pull Kanye deeper into the fold. Like, Kanye could say whatever he wants to say in public. He could puff himself up. I'm seeing a peacock and someone just puffing themselves up. But once the cameras are down, once all eyes is not on Kanye, Kanye is still running back to the Kardashians with his tail between his legs, asking for help, asking for assistance, asking for strategies in terms of how to maneuver, asking for insights. I am hearing a money situation as well. He may even be borrowing money from them also. Let me see if that comes through. Or there may be an offer of money to him. Is another thing that I'm, almost like a loan or something like that is also what I'm picking up on. Yeah, there we go. There's some agreement, some strategizing, something. There is some either thing that's going to be like, Kanye's been fairly quiet for the past few, I think, days or weeks. Goodness knows, I don't follow him anymore. But there's going to be some statement that's going to be put out there that's going to be Chris's strategy or Chris's doing. That's what's coming through there. Yep, something, they're engendering something. Something's going to happen because that's going to sort of turn things around. Or in their eyes, it's going to turn things around. But Kanye is going to be back in the fold. He is going to be back in the fold with Chris. Like, these cards are saying he's going to pull out a strategy. It's either they're going to test the waters or do something. And this Ace of Wands wanted to come out for the longest while. But it's as if they're maneuvering in the background. They're dusting him off. They're rebranding. They're re-strategizing. Like, it's almost as if the Kardashians are getting the media machine back around him again, and it's almost as if he's going to start moving and maneuvering as if nothing ever happened. As a matter of fact, it's as if, dare I say, this opportunity of the huge cancellation is going to enable him to almost have a clean slate to build his brand up again. Because for some reason, they are happy in that camp about something. Like, the way things are going now, I don't know what they have to be happy about. But, I mean, if you guys have been following it closely, let me know. But they feel that something is going to, there's some new strategy that they're going to bring out. And it's going to be working in their favor. And it's almost as if Kanye and the Kardashians are back at it again, thick as thieves. I'm sorry guys, I just read the cards, right? Yep, it's almost as if, not that they're happy families, not that Kim is ever going to get back with Kanye again, but what Kanye isn't seeing here is that, or he may or may not be seeing it, goodness knows, but them keeping Kanye on side and putting a muzzle on his mouth, a muzzle of sorts, is protection for them. Now you may think, oh no, but Kanye never has a muzzle, he just says what he says. The Kardashians don't mind him doing all the talking because it's publicity for them. But it's when he gets too much or too involved in certain things or goes down a road too much, that is the bit that they don't like. It's almost as if like he needs the Kardashians now, and they will come up with something or some strategy for him. Okay. So that's what they think on the matter. Okay. I want to go into what is the impact on the culture. And by the culture, I mean the black culture. What I often find really, from the time Kanye came out with that statement, slavery was a choice, I was done with Kanye personally. From the time he came out with that, I was more or less done. And there was few red flags when I looked at Kanye and Kim's and so on relationship that was very misogynistic and all of that. So it was a few red flags for me. Of course, you don't want to cast judgment on how someone chooses to have their home, but that's the vibes it was given from me. But the impact on the culture, what Kanye is going around saying, he talks about my people, he talks about him owning the culture, he talks about being the first black billionaire. It's almost as if he does so much talking, it's as if he's positioning himself as owning the culture, being responsible for the culture. And what I find very interesting about this is that it's gone unchecked. It's gone unchecked, and you don't see anyone like the Jay-Z's or the Diddy's or anyone trying to take him to one side and have a chat. And I'm talking have a chat with him before it got to this stage. So he's been able to say, I'm a genius, I own the culture, I this, I that. He's been able to come out and say all these things. You know, and people make excuses for him when he came out with his slavery was a choice and so on. You know, people just made excuses. I mean, I found that was dangerous talk from the time I heard it. But people made excuses. So the state of the culture. People don't really feel like, from Kanye's perspective, that the state of the culture, the state of the culture. People don't, you know what, a lot of people, you know what's coming up in the cards for me? The cards is coming up with a different way of talking about the culture. And what's coming up in the cards is, how does the culture feel about Kanye? That is what's coming up in the cards. You know, and this is unfortunate to see, but people, this is the thing, people are still riding for him. The culture, according to these cards, and can I just say at this point in this reading, I am happy to be wrong. I am generally not wrong. I called the elections, the last set of elections between Trump and Biden, and I said that they would come out and say the elections were fixed, and I predicted that before the actual elections. I've predicted from everything from doing political predictions. I have said that Biden is mentally deteriorating before anyone even said that. I've predicted everything down to Wendy Williams when they said that she had COVID, and I said no, she doesn't have COVID. She has substance abuse issues and mental health issues. Like, a lot of predictions that I make come through. Trust me. 99% of predictions I've made on a huge level have come through. down to even the UK elections, and that Liz Truss would have stepped down. I predicted that. And by the way, if Biden finishes off his 4-year tour after the midterms, I even predicted him not finishing his presidency. Just saying. And he's not running again, by the way. But anyway, putting all that aside. So don't shoot the messenger, because my readings are accurate. What I'm picking up here is, annoyingly, the culture is still riding for Kanye. The culture is still riding for Kanye. And I think this is what gives him his... This is how they view Kanye, King of Wands. His fire, his passion, they're fighting for Kanye, is out in these streets fighting for us. And Kanye is basically, the huge mass cancellation has made Kanye a martyr. And people are sort of saying, yes, the way Kanye has been cancelled, it's the way we feel. Allegedly, I am just reading the cards. This is the angle that it's almost as if the culture goes underground. It's like they're trying to suppress us. They're trying to suppress the culture, and that's how the culture feels. So when we talk about the impact on the culture, it's almost as if it's like people are doubling down and want to support it even more. This is going to be, Kanye is going to have a new way of making money. It's like he gets more grassroots, and they find ways of avoiding. So you know those media bosses and all those people, it's like finding new ways of doing business and making money that avoids that. It's like the culture takes a turn. I'm just reading the cards, guys, right? Okay. Oh, yeah. What else? For some reason, I don't even want to read anymore. Kanye may be isolated for a little while. He may be on his own for a little while. But when he comes back out, it's as if he is going to generate a lot of publicity again. And you know what? My head hurts, if I'm honest with this. I don't even know whether I want to publish this reading. The thing is, you have someone in Kanye who is so... I think the thing that people aren't seeing is that he's going to have a lot of the culture riding with him, for sure. A few people would wake up, but he's going to have a lot of people riding with him. A lot of people who would be supporting him, and this is people in the culture who would be looking up to him and looking towards him, who would feel that, as he says, he really is a genius and he has all the answers. People would be looking to him for that. However, I think it's sad to say that what they're not seeing is the manipulation element to him. They're not seeing the manipulation element to him here. And this is a person who is all about his money and who's all about his prestige. And I hate to say it here, but looking at the cards, this is not someone... The culture may view Kanye as being a martyr and for them. However, on a personal perspective, I am just not picking up that that's his energy and that's his vibe. I think that he has ways that are very controlling, that are very misogynistic. He wants everything to go his way. He is very much about his money, about his coin and his prestige. And when it doesn't go his way, he throws the baby out with the bathwater in a huge way because he has his platform. Like, he would shame you Like, because this is the devil, this is the energy here. Like this energy, and there's this energy, this devil reading here. This devil, the Emperor energy. The Lovers and the King of Wands. This talks about a lot of passion for the culture. But it's not passion that's... It's a matter of the source of this passion. And when you have the devil in the midst of this, it's very, dare I say, low vibrational. Okay? Again, I'm just reading the cards. Please don't shoot the messenger. That's what I'm getting. And this is collectively with the culture. I'm not saying that every single person feels like that. It's a collective culture read. That he would have enough people in the culture who are supporting him behind the scenes. Like they would want to take it grassroots, or they would still want to rally and support him because of the notoriety he has, or because they feel that what's happened to him they could relate to. That feeling of being cancelled or losing the money, or it could be that Kanye is spinning it to people that, look, I'm doing this for you and looks what happened to me. But the thing is with people, you don't have enough people who are able to notice the strings, like people are being marionettes for him and he's controlling people, controlling the narrative. And what I'm trying to get across is that a number of people are not going to be seeing this control. Sorry guys, that's just what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to do this reading, to be honest. I don't want to do this reading. Anyway, I'm done. Let me know what you think. See you guys in future readings. Bye.